The eruption of Mount St. Helens on May 18, 1980, was one of the most dramatic geologic moments in American history.
At Mount St. Helens was that magma or molten material was moving up from some deep reservoir beneath the mountain up into the volcano itself. And it began to grow or form what we call a dome or a cryptodome inside the volcano. And that inflating body of magma or molten material actually broke the north side of the volcano.
The colossal eruption had caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, and 57 lives were lost, including Dave Johnston. For 2 months prior to that eruption, scientists with the U.S. Geological Survey
the morning of May 18, what actually happened, the landslide basically uncorked this pressurized body of magma and allowed it to explode or expand out towards the north very rapidly. This is what we call the lateral blast. It was a horizontally directed explosion of incredible magnitude. It caused this expanding cloud of ash, rocks, and gases to move out across the countryside to the north at speeds of several hundred miles an hour.
Grabbed me, pulled me up on top of a log, and he just kept screaming to hang on.
And leaving behind a landscape of devastation and volcanoes situated above the Pacific Fault Line. Towering over the landscape is the 9,677-foot Mount St. Helens.
It's common around there because of the private timberlands in that area were road building and other activities, so we kind of assumed that that had been just stump blasting or something.
But in fact, Mount St. Helens has awakened from its long slumber with a small eruption of steam on over 68,000 acres of land on Mount St. Helens. The day after the initial eruption, the company dispatches helicopter pilot Jess Hagerman to fly over the volcano.
Right on the very top.
May 18, 1980, Mount St. Helens erupts.
The ground moved a little bit, and then, oh my God, the whole mountain took off.
Spewing scalding rock and ash.
It was coming toward us like it was being shot out of a shotgun.
Unleashing deadly torrents of debris and mud. Known because of its beauty as the Mount Fuji of the United States, the volcano has been dormant for 123 years. Hundreds of campers, hikers, and photographers are converging on the mountain for the weekend. It's also a work day for over 300 forestry workers. Near Spirit Lake, less than 5 miles, 250-foot wide crater in the summit. Within minutes, word reaches the Menlo Park, California office of the U.S. Geological Survey, or USGS. On hand that afternoon is geologist Don Swanson.
Right on the very top, the whole top, there was a little bitty crater, and there were these big cracks running horizontal around the mountain.
USGS scientists install more monitoring equipment at their main observation post, known as Cold Water, seem imminent. The governor of Washington declares a state of emergency. Because rapid evacuation might be necessary, tourists and sightseers are urged to stay out of the area. But the warnings have the opposite effect, and tourists pour in from around the country. Souvenir vendors hawk T-shirts and bottles of genuine a record-breaking number of tourists and television crews. News choppers airlift reporters to the summit, ignoring the danger warnings. They are rewarded with 18 small bursts of steam and ash throughout the day. 4 weeks after the initial eruption, scientists discover an alarming bulge on the north side of the mountain. May 18, 1980, Swift Creek, 5:30 a.m. Tree planting crew chief Kathy Anderson informs her crew they will abandon their site near Clearwater Creek and relocate to Swift Creek, 6 miles south of the summit.
Confusion. My priorities were rearranged that day.
So we watched.
15 seconds. It will never leave my mind.
Tonight on Minute by Minute, the Mount St. Helens eruption. March 27, 1980, southwestern Washington State, 6:02 a.m. The sun rises over the Cascades range.
10 persons are known dead, 71 are missing, and one estimate is that it will take more than $150 million just for road and bridge repair. It is an event that defies superlatives. One geologist said today, there is no record in geology in the last 4,000 years.
1 minute it was sunny and bright. The next minute it looked like night. Ash falling everywhere.